What's going on, y'all? If you guys got a chance to watch my last video, it was called How Credit Can Make You Rich. And at the end of that video, I said I was going to do a Lexington Law review. And I said I was going to do it that day, but I've been having a lot of reservations about making this video. The reason being is when I first got into making videos and stuff like that, I told myself that I wasn't going to make videos that were negative. And so making this video, as you can tell, there's some negative aspect of what I'm about to say about Lexington, and I've been really reserved about saying it, but the reality of the situation is it's really important that I get this information out because I don't think there's honest reviews out on Lexington. I've kind of looked at some of the YouTube channels that talked about Lexington, and it just wasn't my experience. So I wanted to give my side of what happened with Lexington. Um, when I initially called Lexington, I really wanted to see their onboarding process. That was the reason for signing up with Lexington. I wanted to see how they went about like onboarding a customer, taking payment from a customer, and going through the complete dispute process. How did they deal with the customer? And when I first joined with Lexington, it was really easy. It was really great. I believe um, there was a very brief consultation about the items that were on my credit report that I wanted to take care of. And we went over these items, and there was I believe it was a $14 fee that I paid for one of the three credit bureaus, and I believe that credit bureau was TransUnion. And we went through my credit report, and we kind of set up a back office so that I can look at what they were doing. And then 5 days later, because I was on their highest tier. Now, Lexington, they have like several different tiers that you can join. Their highest being 129. I think there's a 79, and then there's like one for 39 or something like that. But don't quote me. You can go to their website and look at it. But their highest tier was 129, and the different tiers is for um, the more tiers, the higher the tier, the more items you can dispute at the same time. And the reason why I picked that high tier because I felt like, maybe because I'm paying for their premium service that I will get premium service. And when they first took the $15, I went through the consultation. It really wasn't that much, and that was it. There was no exchange of identity. There was no exchange of social security card. There was no exchange of utility bill. It was just sign your name on the dotted line, and these are the items we're going to dispute. Um, Within the first 2 weeks, Lexington had something removed from my credit report. Now, understand, uh, I belong to, I want to say, 5 different credit monitoring services. Majority of them are free. I think I've only paid for 2. I paid for Privacy Guard and Experian. But when something is taken off my credit report or put back on, you could pretty much guarantee I'm going to get notified within 3 hours from one of my credit monitoring services. And when it's like 2 weeks after I signed up, there was an item that was taken off my credit report, and I was really excited about it. Um, I I had nothing but high praise. I talked to a couple people, and I was really impressed with it. And then about a week later, after the item was taken off my credit report, it came back on my credit report, and I was like, okay, here we go. Now here we go. Now this is where it gets interesting, right? So I called Lexington up and I said, hey, look, here's the situation. I belong to like 5 different credit monitoring services, so anytime something's taken off, um, I get a notification. Anytime something's put back on, I get a notification. And I basically told them what happened. 2 weeks after I signed up, something was taken off, and I had nothing but high praise, but it came back on my credit report. And at that time, because they don't have a credit monitoring service that they can pull anytime they want, they usually pull once a month. They gave me an option of either I can pay for another credit report, or I can wait another week and a half or so, and I'll be able to get another free credit pull. So what happened was I waited the week and a half, and when we went over the credit report, they said, it very rarely happens, but it happens. And they made me feel really comfortable with what happened. And that's one thing about Lexington is they have great customer service. Okay, these people are well trained. They 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 know their stuff. It's not like they're just some rookies that's just regurgitating some material that they have in front of them. Like, they really know what they're talking about. And I said, okay, well, we'll just give it another month and see what happens. The weird thing is, about a month later, that same situation happened again. Okay, and I called them up. We went through it again, and I asked them. I said, "Hey, look, how do you guys go about disputing items on a credit report? What is it that you guys? What is it that you guys do? Can you guys please send me the letters so I can get a look at what you're sending out?" And to this day, I never received any of the letters, but they rest assured, this is something that's very rare. Items don't get taken off and put back on again, stuff like that. And here's why I think it's really important for me to go into this video, because a lot of times when people think of credit repair, they think of sending dispute letters, and they think that's the bread and butter of credit repair. And that's just not so. If you got two people lined up and one person have 10 bad items on their credit report, no good, and another person have 10 bad items on their credit report, no good. One person, I just delete all their items off their credit report. The other person, I don't delete anything. I just add good credit on top of their credit report. You have a better chance of getting qualified if I just add good things on your credit report than you do if I just delete everything off your credit report. And so that was the thing that kind of didn't sit well with me, that they didn't really sit there and teach me or educate me or coach me through how to build better credit. They didn't tell me what website to go to get secure credit cards or anything. Like, they just took my money and said, hey, look, this is what we're going to dispute. And majority of credit repairs are like that, and that is because the money generator for credit repair is in the dispute letters, right? So there is no income with a person sitting down coaching you and telling you, saying, hey, look, this is what we need to do with your credit situation. Not necessarily dispute, but maybe we should get some more good credit built up so that when we do start disputing, it will just enhance what we're doing. Like, it's not just deleting items off a credit report. And a lot of times people think that's all there is to credit repair. And it frustrates me, because there's not enough coaching or enough knowledge being thrown out there on how to deal with credit. We've been through high school, college. Nobody taught us how to deal with credit. Like, I never been through a class that said, okay, credit 101. This is a revolving line of credit. This is an installment loan. I never took a class that taught me anything about that. And that's the responsibility now as your credit repair company. When you hire a credit repair company, that's their responsibility to make sure that you have all this knowledge, the difference between installment loans, what's a soft pull versus a hard pull, revolving lines of credit, how does a home equity line of credit affect your credit report, just like what tier of credit cards do you qualify for. There is nothing that is being taught, and we as consumers are just going through bumping our heads against the wall. Let's try this. I'll apply for this credit card. And we're just racking up inquiries. We're getting collection items. How do we deal with collection agencies? How do we negotiate debt? Like, none of these things are thrown at us, and we're just at the whim or at the mercy, not just the credit repair company, but we're at the mercy of the credit bureaus. We're at the mercy of the person that's, the loan officer. We're at everybody's mercy, and the power is completely taken out of our hands. And that was like the sole driver of why I said I really want to make a YouTube channel and start giving people some of this knowledge. It was so that they can have it in their hands and they know what to look for when they're dealing with a credit repair company. If your credit repair company isn't coaching you, if your credit repair company isn't sitting down looking at your credit report with you and telling you this is what we need to do, before we pull any money out of your bank account, let's sit down and talk. Let's have a conversation of how to build a better credit, because a lot of times it would be better to that money that you spend to delete items off your credit report. It might be better spent just maybe going out getting a secured credit card, or maybe it might be better off if you just go get an installment loan or something like that to build a positive credit history. Because the sole reason why we're doing this as consumers, like this whole credit, trying to learn about credit, is so that we can get qualified for loans and negotiate for the best terms, right? It's not just to walk around and, tell our friends, hey, look, this is my credit score. Like, that's not why we're doing this. We're doing this so we can get qualified and sit with our banker, look our banker in the eye and say, hey, look, I know you're offering me 7%. I know what my credit score is, right? So what I was thinking about 4 to 5%, because I know my credit score. And if you're not willing to give me that, I know there's other companies that I can shop around. I was just giving you the first opportunity to get my business or whatever, like, it's not about just, oh, am I going to get this loan? Am I going to get this car? Am I going to get qualified? That's not what this is about. I mean, if I just delete items off your credit report, you're still going to the car dealership praying that you get qualified because you don't know any better. Oh, I hope I get qualified. Or you go and get a truck. I hope I get that truck. Or you go get a house. I hope I get this house. It shouldn't be about that. It should be, look, I know I got good credit. I wonder what kind of interest rate they're going to give me. What am I going to qualify for, right? Okay, so that's what they're qualifying me for. You go to your mortgage broker and say, hey, look, that's a little high interest rate. This company over here, they're willing to give me this. Why? How do I know? No, I didn't give them my business just yet, but I'm looking at the loan applications that they're approving, and everybody in my credit profile, this is what they're getting approved for. And there is no education that's being given to consumers so they can have this type of confidence. I hope and I pray that when you guys look at my information on this channel, that you're getting a little bit more confident about yourself, about your situation, that you're not just lost. That there's somebody really out here that's going to give you knowledge, and you don't have to spend a ton of money to get it. And those of you who haven't read my book, it's called Credit Anatomy. It's a free ebook, and in that ebook, I talk about how to dispute, what not to do when you're disputing. I give you templates that you can use. I also talk about how to negotiate debt. I talk about a wealth of things that deals with credit, right? So it's not just deleting items. There's so much more that I can't just tell you in this one video. But I hope to give you enough in all my videos that you guys can go through and piece together your situation. I hope I could touch a little bit here on this and touch a little bit here. And at the end of the day, I hope you're able to sit down, draft letters, or build, get the right secure credit cards that report to all 3 credit bureaus. You have the right mix of credit, like you actually understand what you're doing. And if you don't, I'm going to include a link to my book in the description. Go ahead and download the book. And in after the book is some dispute letters that I send to you free of charge, and also you'll have an email series that I send out to everyone about like what is a credit report, how to dispute items on your credit report, why you have different credit scores between the three different credit bureaus. Like there's a whole bunch of different emails that I send out, and you can just go through it and read it. It's kind of like at your own pace. Don't wait until you want to get a loan to start saying, okay, I need to, find this information. Just get the information, and as you go through your day, just read some of it. I don't bombard you with emails, but I do send emails out like once every 2 weeks or something like that. It's not a continuous bombardment of emails after email. It's a nice pace. It's a nice rhythm that you can read and just gather knowledge. And at any point, if you feel like it's not enough, or your situation might be particular and you want somebody to talk to about your situation, just hit the reply button, send me an email, and I'll get back to you. I'm really good with getting back to my emails. But back to my Lexington Law situation, it's just the fact that there was no education behind the process of building credit that kind of rubbed me the wrong way with Lexington. No, they didn't give me the best. They gave me great customer service, but the service wasn't that great for me. That was just my particular situation. I know there's several people out there that swears by them, that they're one of the largest credit bureaus, but there's just some things that work for some people and some things that don't. I just come from the school that you know the system is the system. It shouldn't. When I work with somebody, I can work with somebody with the same knowledge, apply it to every single person. They'll be able to get success regardless. And it's not about disputing items. It's about building the right mix of credit and stuff like that. With deleting items, that's throwing darts in the dark. You don't know what you're gonna hit. You really don't. Anybody that says, "Hey, I can guarantee you, I can take this off your credit report and this that," it's just not done that way. But boosting your credit score, you can guarantee that you will have a situation where your credit score can increase. How much? It just depends on your credit profile where you're starting out, right? If you don't have any credit, chances are you could get a bigger boost than somebody that has a ton of credit and they're looking to go from like 780 to the 800s than it is for somebody from the 500s trying to get to the 650s, 700s. It's easier for the person in the 550s, believe it or not. That's an easy person to work with. Going from 780 to 8, that's harder. It's a lot of time to get you into those 800s. It's longevity. Now you got to start, thinking about what can I put on your credit report, like trade lines and stuff like that to maybe boost you over the 800. But the reality of the situation is, Lexington, I'm sure they're a great company. My situation was not that. Is it a company I would recommend? If you went to, let's say, a mortgage broker and you had an item that you needed taken off your credit report, I would say, okay, Lexington Law would probably be a good company to try. But if you're a person that don't know much about credit and you don't know where to start, you're at ground zero and you're saying, hey, look, I'm just getting started. I need some help. I don't know how much they can help you, regardless of if you have bad items on your credit report or not. I just don't know how much they can help you. So that's my 2 cents. I hope you guys get a chance to subscribe to the channel. If you guys get a chance, ring the bell. That's a notification every time I make a video. You guys will, get notified. But if you guys haven't got a chance to download the book, please do so. I think it will enhance your credit profile. I think it will help you. I really do. If it doesn't, let me know. If it does, let me know. And like I always tell you, whatever it is, whatever opinion you have about my videos, if you get a chance, leave a comment. I hope this video finds you well. I hope you didn't take anything negative about this video, because I don't mean any harm or foul to Lexington. I just wanted to tell the truth, and that's what this video is about. I hope you guys have a good day, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.